And he
Bullshit.
wants to seal any
Bullshit.
future findings. He wants to ensure.
Why are you sealing the dash camera? Why are you sealing the dash camera when the metadata is going to come out?
You know why?
I mean,
I'll tell you why.
From the family. He says from the family.
Because
he wants to be put in the protective order.
Look, because you have a podcast that has established a baseline of facts and misinformation that was put out by the prosecutor. And you have that obviously on record. You have videos, you have evidence, you have their documents.
I have the fucking file. I have their documents.
You have their file. So think about it like this.
I have my hands up their asshole coming out of their mouth, and I'm literally moving their lips for them.
Okay, so any new information that comes out, any new information by the experts that's going to come out, it's going to 100% contradict what the baseline that you've already established.
Well, here's what I'm telling this county. I already got my hand on the file. And if you think that I can't get my hand on other file, think again. Take a hard look and understand what you're dealing with.
I mean,
I promise you, I'm going to get to the bottom of what you do behind closed doors and the Mustafa Aljazari case and other cases in this county.
Look,
I promise you, by the time I'm done with you, you're going to end up in jail. You're going to be held accountable. Mustafa has been held in solitary confinement for 2.5 years. Over what? This man lost his family in a car accident. Every detail showed that this is a car accident. You're going to take him, falsify his case, crush and stage his car, refuse to reconstruct the vehicle,
and
refuse to release his dash camera, cut and mute his dash camera, weaponize the children.
Abuse the children.
I mean, and you think that you're going to seal this file and no one is going to find out, that you're going to write Mustafa off as incompetent, put him in solitary confinement, deny him a bond so that this community doesn't see or hear from Mustafa. You know how terrifying this is?
The community is asking questions.
I mean, right here in your fucking backyard, this is happening. This is not happening in China. It's not happening in Russia.
Look,
it's happening right here in your backyard.
Look,
and God help you if this county can get away with doing this to Mustafa. You're next.
Look, there are patriotic
You are next.
people. There are patriotic
You're living
people.
in a terrifying county.
Amar, there are patriotic people within the department that will not stand for this shit. They're not going to stand for
How do you think I have the
lying.
fucking file?
Okay.
How do you think I have the Mustafa Aljazari file? How do you think I have the other files? You don't think I'm going to get access into what you hide behind closed doors? Just be careful what you say on body cam. That's all I got to tell you. On that note, we're going to take a short break.
What you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for.
Look, I'll tell you. Before you take a break, I just want to say that 99% of police officers are good people.
Absolutely. I just ran into a police officer that was going into the county jail.
This is not about
I'll tell you.
Let me just say, this is not about Mustafa against the law, Mustafa against the justice system. This is not a man against all
majority of police that are listening and tuning in to what's happening here are rooting for you. They're on your side. They want this not to exist in this county. The majority of police put their life on the line every single day serving this community. But you got a piece of shit as a chief of police Peter Newsham, that allow certain police officer to get away with police misconduct. You've got a shitty Commonwealth attorney, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, that will seal off body cams and documents when she has officers engaged in police misconduct. That's what you have here. The leadership allows
police officers
corruption
in this county and others are not okay with what's going on.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, this is not about Mustafa against the justice system, Mustafa against the police department. This is one officer like Chad Mason, one officer like Robert Drum, one officer like Rob Davis. This is a clique. This is a gang within the police department.
A unit that's been doing this for a long time.
That's operating on their own. This is a rogue individual, okay, that is targeting a man and they think by sealing off the information they're going to get away with it. I'll tell you what police are saying behind the scenes. I get a lot of officers that tell me, your brother is doing a phenomenal job. Keep up the good work. You guys are doing great. Fight them. These people should be in prison. Okay? They do not represent us in the force. They don't. Okay? And a lot of officers, I'll tell you, they give me the thumbs up. When they see me, they give me a thumbs up. They say, keep doing what you're doing. You're fighting for the truth. You're fighting for justice. And I'll tell you, the same justice system is going to prosecute these officers. The same justice system, the same laws. The laws are already on the books. And these officers are violating the law. When you tamper with evidence, you're violating the law. When you crush and stage this man's vehicle, you're violating the law. When you defy a judge's order, you're violating the law. When you don't execute a warrant the way it was signed off by a judge, you're violating the law.
I'll promise you, that's going to be in
What's the consequence for violating the law?
Brad Haywood is filing.
You go to jail.
Brad Haywood is filing a Brady motion, and now that the body cams are all out in the open, this community is watching. And we're going to get to the bottom.
Recreating the wheel here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
We're simply saying these officers lied and falsified and tampered. Okay, and we're exposing it. We have hard evidence. Your own body cam proves you violated the law, and therefore you should be held accountable. Whether it's Chief Newsham, whether it's Amy Ashworth, if you're not going to do your job, there's always somebody above you who will not tolerate this type of misbehavior, this type of manipulation, and this type of fuckery into the justice system. You're taking the justice system and you're fucking around with it. And I guarantee you, when you get caught, you're going to do the time for your crime. Okay? And I'll tell you, America will not tolerate what Robert Drum is doing. You could be the fucking president. You're going to get a mugshot. You're going to be ran through the justice system. And just like these videos show you violated the law, you're going to pay for your crime. By law, the same justice system is going to hold you accountable. You could be the president. You could be a senator. You've seen senators that take bribes. They go to prison. Okay? If you violate the law, I mean, that's what makes America out of all the countries in the world. Because America has the rule of law. That's the one thing.
If you're willing to fight.
America, look, the law does not discriminate whether you're an officer, whether your name is Robert Drum, your dad worked in the force, your grandfather was in the force, your whole generation was in the force. America does not discriminate. Okay? You could be whoever you want to be. But if you violate the law, I promise you, you're going to do time for it.
And they want to intimidate you to staying quiet, to not talk. They tell you, do not talk. What I'll tell you,
I mean, isn't that what they're afraid of? Isn't that what Elaine came after you for? For talking?
Absolutely.
Isn't that what Glenn Hill?
You already put me in handcuffs.
For talking.
Sheriff Glenn Hill, you already put me in handcuffs.
Isn't that why they redrew the parking lot? For talking.
You took the company that I had. You took all the money that I had. There's nothing that you could do to stop me from talking. I have your files. I've got my hands in the server, in the police department server, and I'm actively pulling files of police misconduct, and it's no longer my word against the police department. I've got your files, and I'm releasing them.
Isn't that why Sarah Sammy's growing a beard?
We're going to absolutely.
Because you're talking?
Sarah Sammy, do you still sleep at night, ma'am? How do you sleep at night?
With a beard.
How did we get here?
With a beard.
That's a good question. How did we get here?
Let's start a campaign. Let's start a campaign for donations into
buying razors for
no, not
the
razors.
Prosecutors.
Let's get her some good wax, okay? But we have to know if she prefers the bowl or the strips. You know that bowl with the heater? It has the heater and the bowl.
We have a platform.
And
you can always reach out to us.
Comes in pellets, right?
And we'll definitely get.
Do you prefer the pellets or do you prefer?
We'll definitely get
the strip. Or do you prefer the clipper or the razor? Which one?
Will rally this community
Well,
behind
when we find out, we can start a campaign.
making this prosecutor great again. I mean, because she definitely did not look great at all. Okay, I mean, you still have that picture?
I mean, she says she's scared, right, for her life.
That I laughed. Brad Hayward comes out and he tells me that this prosecutor is telling Judge Weimer that she needs armed security.
From what?
Brad Hayward is so upset. He said, "If you can't do your job and you're asking for armed security,
You're in the wrong
you're in the wrong career. You're in the wrong case."
Go flip burgers.
I mean, and you know what I find really funny? And I told Brad Hayward, I said, Brad, we just came out of a motion on Tuesday, and this hairy little princess Persian hairy monster is rubbing shoulder with me. She comes out of the court, and she's literally like shoulder to shoulder, and she comes out with no problem. She didn't need armed security on Tuesday, so why is she gaslighting Judge Weimer and telling him, "Oh, I'm so terrified, I need armed security"?
She wants to create a label. She wants to create a label on the Aljazaris. She wants to create a label so that, oh, these people are dangerous. We've been here at this parking on this grass for what, 8 months is what we protested. Around 8 months.
I mean, if that's what she's telling Judge Weimer,
we never had an incident.
No wonder Sheriff Glenn Hill is walking around like he's already 70 years old, and I kid you not, every time I see him, I mean, what information are you giving Sheriff Glenn Hill
that he has to wear double diapers?
He's leaking everywhere. I mean, by the way,
what are you telling him?
You're a little bit too harsh on Sheriff Glenn Hill. I keep telling you. Okay, listen. You're too harsh on Sheriff Glenn Hill.
He has to get extra padding because he's wearing.
You have to take it easy on Sheriff Glenn Hill. By the way, you have to
he's
learn.
soiling himself a little too often.
I'm telling you.
Based on the information she's giving him.
I'm telling you, they're feeding Sheriff Glenn Hill a specific kind of information. I mean, if this is what she's telling Judge Weimer, I wonder what she's telling Sheriff Glenn Hill.